and welcome to this new lecture. Today we're going to discuss about the first chapter of class 10 NCERT, that is chemical equations and chemical reactions. So in this chapter we're going to discuss about whole topic. Along that we will also discuss the activities, because all the activity that is given in NCERT, that is very important for the examination point of view. So we need to uh, learn those things, we need to study those things, because most of the time we do not get the practical things done in our school, so we need to do these things as well. So what is the chemical reactions? So we will define at the end of this lecture, but let's see. Many of the things happening around us, even our mother is cooking food, it's a chemical reaction. Even we respire is a chemical reaction. The burning of anything, that's a chemical reaction. If you are burning a paper, if you're burning a matchstick, if you're burning a wood, these all are the chemical reaction, because in these all things the new substance is being formed and which cannot be reversed. Okay, so we're gonna define the chemical reaction at the end of this lecture. Okay, so let's see the activity. The first activity that they have given, that clean a magnesium ribbon of 3 to 4 centimeter long by rubbing with a sandpaper. So you can use sandpaper for cleaning if there any oxide is on the magnesium ribbon. Okay, and now burn this magnesium ribbon and collect that ash, whatever the ash is being collected on a watch glass. So what we observe? We observe that the magnesium ribbon burns with a dazzling flame. The word dazzling white flame is very important for you, that you need to remember these words, because most of the time they ask some questions like this, and we have to fill in the blanks. Okay, we have to fill in the blanks these data, so we need to remember this. The reaction takes place that magnesium burns burns in presence of oxygen and gives the magnesium oxide. Okay, so and this activity, what we see, that the magnesium burn with a dazzling flame and forms the magnesium oxide. And this magnesium oxides is the metal oxides, and which are metal oxides are basic in nature. So if we will remember, we will read this thing in the next chapter, that will be the acid, base and salt. So that's all for now. Okay, now next activity is that take lead nitrate PbNO3 whole 2, add potassium iodide solution to it. Okay, that is Ki. So what we find? We find that the two compounds, that is yellow solids called lead iodide is formed, and the white solid called potassium nitrate is formed. So again you have I've given the color and which substance is being formed. So remember these color and the substance, because most of the time they ask the some yellow solid is being used, like this data has been given in your exam, so you need to remember these things as well. So what the reaction takes place, PbNO3 whole 2 plus Ki gives PbI2 plus KNO3. So that first one is lead iodide. Okay, and the second one is potassium nitrate. So remember these things. Okay, now the next activity is 1.3 activity. Maybe due to cropping the image, some data has been mistaken. Okay, so no problem. This is activity 1.3. Okay, so what in activity 1.3 they have said? Okay, let's first they have taken some zinc granules in a conical flask, that is zinc Zn. Okay, add dilute hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid, that is HCl or H2SO4. Okay, so what do we observe in this reaction? So in this reaction there are the two things that we will deal separately. First, if we use hydrochloric acid with zinc. So when the zinc is being used in hydrochloric acid, and hydrochloric acid is being poured to the zinc granules, so what we see, the zinc chloride is being formed and hydrogen gas is being liberated. Okay, so zinc plus hydrochloric acid give zinc chloride and hydrogen, and you can test this hydrogen gas is liberated by bringing some burning candle or matchstick, and it will burn with a popping sound. Okay, so you can observe these things. Okay, here again, when the zinc or and naturally any metal react with acid to give salt and hydrogen gas is being related. So zinc chloride is a salt that we will also read in this next chapter, not in next video. Next chapter will be the acid, base and salt. Okay, so let's move to the next activity, and that will be zinc. Okay, let's read this part as well. Okay, so zinc chloride is colorless or white substance that is basically a salt that I've written it here again. Okay, and hydrogen gas is being liberated. What if we use sulfuric acid? Okay, so ZnSO4 gives ZnSO4 and H2SO4. We are adding sulfuric acid to it now. So what we get, zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas is being released or liberated. Okay, so ZnSO4 also a colorless powder in the powder form and colorless in the solution form. You can say that white in the powder form and colorless in the solution form. So I guess you have understood both the condition and both the reaction, how the reaction is taking place. And every time I've written the reaction, so you need to go through that again and again. And reactions are very, very important for your examination point of view. So in all the reaction that we have done and all the reaction that happen around us, the reaction may have these things very common. There may be change in state, there may be change in color, there may be change in temperature, evolution of gases, or formation of a new substance. These things are very commonly, you can say that the characteristics of this chemical reaction is these things. Okay, so now we are ready to define that what is a chemical reaction. The chemical reactions or chemical change, both are the same thing. Okay, the chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substance is being altered into one or more new substances. Okay, so when we take two or more reactants to react together, and we get products of two or more, one or more products over there. So these all the chemical reaction is. So in next lecture we will gonna discuss about the balancing of a chemical equation, what type of chemical equation that we see and how can we balance them. Okay, and at the end we will also discuss the different types of chemical reactions that takes place. So that's all for now. See you in the next video. That's all. Bye bye. Thank you.